Hey everybody, welcome back. Thank you for joining me for a very brief video. And I know oftentimes I say it's brief and then 30, 40, 50 minutes later I'm still going. But this time it really is going to be a brief video. My last video that I had done, I was talking about the bird flu being back, the H1N1. I talked some about swine flu and all kinds of other things that have been happening actually within the past few years here in Minnesota. But just jumping on real quick now, just to let you all know that yesterday, Governor Tim Walz here in Minnesota um, put a ban on any poultry being sold across the state of Minnesota for the next month. So then that means through May 1st of 2022, no poultry sales. That means no chicken. That means no turkey. Nothing happening with any kind of feathered friends. So for people that already have chicken and have had it for a while in their freezer, you're probably okay. Or if you have canned chicken or turkey or whatever, well, usually it's more likely canned chicken. Or if you have frozen turkey product or whatever, you're probably okay for now. But if you're anywhere in the state of Minnesota, you go to the store right now looking for it, you're not going to be able to get it. I had already been talking about how ridiculous the price of some of the things were, like, a package of chicken wings for $17. That's, for me, that's excessive. When you can get the breast and the other parts of the chicken at a lower price, and you have a harder time finding the entire bird here unless you're going out to somebody's farm and getting a fresh one. Yes, there are some whole birds here, but it's much more difficult in the stores to find them, especially like in the inner city where I am. So I don't know where you all are, but wherever you are, I hope that you have put some stuff back because I've been talking about it for a few years. Put stuff back. Seriously. Um, Especially if you love eating your meat and love having your chicken and whatnot. You might want to put some stuff back so that you can have, because times are getting a little bit more of a crunch every day where there's less and less and less and less available. I've done videos showing where I've gone for cat food or kitty litter, and you know there wasn't any there, or it was a very limited supply. I've done videos where I've gone just looking for soy sauce. Couldn't find a bottle of soy sauce in 3 stores. So this is why we prepare, when we put back the things that we need, try to grow food whenever you're able to, um, save seeds. Even if you're not used to doing all that, it's a process and it's something that you can start that could help you in the long run to have a little bit something extra that's sustainable that you'll be able to eat fresh. Hopefully, you saved up some rice, dried beans, canned beans and whatnot are good too. Dried beans seem to go a lot farther, especially if you have a crock pot or an instant pot or whatever, or pressure cooker, because then you can just cook just the amount that you need and have it to last for you and your family and not be wasteful, because we really don't want to be get into a habit of overcooking and over preparing food and being wasteful, because then it's just thrown away and that's like money down the drain. But wherever you are and whatever your situation may be in whatever city or state that you're in, I encourage you, strongly encourage you to check on the status of the poultry in your city. As I had said previously on the other video, there was about there was more than 376,000 birds that were found to have the H1N1 virus, which is the bird flu, in the state of Minnesota across 5 counties. Only 5 counties had all of that going on. Um, and most of those were turkeys. Not all of them were turkeys, but most of those, from what I had received in reports, were turkeys. Um, check in your own area for whatever state that you're living in, especially if you are relying on your meat products to come from the grocery store. If you don't have a farm or that kind of a bountiful homestead, my homestead is my condo. That's it. So when I grow food, I'm growing it in here because we've had the soil tested outside and it's not good. You can grow things in it, but according to the U of M, um, their urban farming group, there's something really damaging that's poisoning the soil out there. So you can grow stuff to look pretty, but shouldn't eat any of it. So I take care of myself by doing the veg boxes and doing my in-house hydroponic gardening because then I can grow the produce that I need and clip away at it and have what I need for the times when I want something really fresh. Other things like, my beets and my onions, the root vegetables that I really thrive on that have helped me with regarding my own health. I go to the market. I'll go to the global market or wherever and get those by the sack, bring them home, and dehydrate most of those so that way I can have the dehydrated part put away in a compacted form, just like doing sweet potatoes. And then I can prepare them as I need to. I still have the fresh, and I can cook the fresh, a few of the fresh, and consume it and make it last for a longer period of time and not be wasteful. A sack of dehydrated onions for me will last about 6 months. If I leave them fresh, setting out, they're just going to stink up the place and go rotten and have to go in the trash um, or into something, where it can end up going back into the soil outside. But I prefer not to waste. But that's all I wanted to come on here for really quick, and I will be back on again later. But check things out in your area and see what's being said about the poultry. If you're outside of the state of Minnesota, I have not heard about any sanctions on poultry for other places, but in the state of Minnesota, it's banned. It cannot be sold for the next, they said 31 days, but that was as of yesterday, so 30 days. So until through May 1st, it cannot be sold. What does that mean for places that sell chicken, like fast food places? I don't know. No idea what that means for them. I suppose if they already had something frozen or whatever, I'm not sure how the governor is dealing with all that. But there are some places, some fast food places that only sell chicken. I don't know what that means for them or for their business. All I know is for regular consumers that go to the grocery store and go out to buy things to bring home, it's not going to be available for the next 30 days at least. So, hope you're all doing well, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. But I did say I was only going to be here for a minute right now, but I will talk to you again very soon. Um, check things out in your area, and if there's like other produce or whatever that you may need, if you have the cash or the ability to get those items now, I highly suggest that you get them while you can. Get them and put them away. If there's canned goods that are on sale, try to get it and put it away. If it's fresh food from a farmer's market that's local, if you are able to, and if the market is open, because in some areas the markets are only open from May through October, and other areas they're open all year round. But do what's best for you and just make sure you have some stuff put back, because just like the price of gas is going up, the price of food has been going up, and I really believe it's going to continue to go up more. So we have to be prepared, and you can't wait until the door is closing for that last time before you say, "Oh yeah, maybe I should get some more canned goods." No, you should really be proactive and do that now. And if you are one that gets a commodity food box, some people get commodity food boxes that are called NAPs. There's nutritional assistance programs for seniors that may become by a different name depending on where you live. Um, but there's boxes for senior citizens. There's boxes for low income families. There are programs for kids that go to school, and when they're coming out of school, in some schools the schools will actually give a sack of groceries per child for the parents to take home. Might have like cabbage or whatever, but it's extra food. It's something that people can use um, to help stretch the dollar a bit. Don't be ashamed to take that if that's given to you, or if you need help. There are a lot of churches and a lot of community centers around that are giving out food. Some of the places that used to regularly give out food to people have cut back and started saying, you know what, next week is the last week, we're going to be sending groceries over to your place. And I don't know if people realize that the shortages really are there. It's not just, the barges out in the middle of the water. It's the lack of ability of the trucks to get where they need to go because gas costs money and the gas prices gone up. So how are they going to fill their trucks with gas if they can't afford to do that? How are they going to get those trucks across the country if there's not enough drivers? A lot of people have stopped working over the past year plus. So that's why we need to be proactive and actually do some things for yourself. Like if you're eating, and I know this may sound really corny, but if you eat oranges and mangoes and other things, have you ever thought about saving those seeds out of what you're eating? You can set them to the side, let them dry out, and put them away. And you can try plant one day in a pot with some soil. See what comes of it. Maybe nothing will come of it. Maybe it'll start to grow. I know a couple of people that did that with like orange seeds and lemon seeds, and they grew into a tree. They ended up moving it into a larger bucket, and then a large plant container, and leaving it near their door or on the sides of their doors in their home. And it grew into a decent sized tree within their home. And granted, it's not like running all over the ground outside, it's inside, but they were able to get something from that over time. It didn't happen like right away, it took time. Just like I had previous videos where I talked about growing your garlic indoors, taking a clove of your garlic that you already have in your package and starting that to get the roots from that hydroponically. It and it will root, and then the green will come out of the top, and you can let it grow as long as you want it to grow, and the greens can be cut off and prepared in your food, and the bulb will go from being just that one piece of garlic, that one garlic clove. It will multiply. First it dies out and dries up, and then it multiplies and becomes new. things have to die in order for the fresh and the new to come from that. So these things do work. It's just how they work in nature, and it's a way to get things started, and then it can be moved from the fertilized water to being put in soil, and you can continue to grow it from there, and that gives you something to work with. But I'll talk more with you more later about the hydroponics and show you how mine works again from the startup on through the process. So I hope that you'll join me later, and please check out things in your area. I hope that you're well. I hope that you're all safe, and I hope that you've put back some stuff because you've heard me say it more than enough. Thank you for joining me. If this is helpful or informative to you, I'd appreciate a thumbs up or share it with someone else, especially if you know anybody here in the upper Midwest, like I am in Minnesota. Um, they may want to know that they're not getting any poultry here in the next month. It doesn't matter where you're going to the store, Costco or Cub or Rainbow or Super Value, Target, Aldi. Doesn't matter where you're going. It's going to be a hard sell. It's going to be very difficult to find that poultry in the store. But take care, and I will talk to you again soon.